Geometry. We are wrapping up Unit 1 with a PO10, which really is a review. If you've been doing the math packets for the last 2-3 years now, you worked with all these formulas before, you've seen these shapes before, but on your test, you're going to start to get those shaded area questions like you are familiar with in the math packets. But it's that logic piece of it. Geometry is a lot about relationship logic, and so you've seen those more and more. So it's worth reviewing all of these formulas for squares and rectangles and circles and trapezoids and things like that. What is the formula for perimeter of a square or rectangle? How do you calculate it for me?
Length plus width plus length plus width.
Sure. So perimeter for a square or a rectangle is 2 times the base plus 2 times the height. And remember, when you have a rectangle or square, the horizontal side is considered the base and the vertical side is considered the height. Now, you probably grew up learning length and width, right, which isn't wrong. But as you get into the higher maths, length and width get replaced with base and height. Why? I don't know. But that's what you're going to see going forward. Were you going to ask why?
No, I was just going to ask, why does it matter where you put base and height?
It doesn't really matter, but typically the base will be the horizontal and the height will be the vertical, but they're interchangeable, so it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, and then area for a rectangle. Please, 33 hands in the air for this one. What is the formula for the area of a rectangle? Look at all ya. Very good. Cole.
Length times width.
Base times height. Yes.
Base times height. That's what I meant.
Base times height. Again, length times width, same thing. Okay, but base times the height. How about a triangle?
Ooh, length times width times height.
How about a triangle?
I know the answer. Height, isn't it?
Wait, what is it?
The perimeter of a triangle. We'll start with the perimeter of a triangle. Poltinsky.
Base plus height divided by base plus come back to it.
Sure. Perimeter of a triangle. How do you find it? Finn.
Oh no, I know the area.
Okay.
I know how to get to the area.
Yeah.
Base plus height. Or just base plus height plus.
Divided by 2.
Don't divide it all.
Don't overcomplicate it.
Add
How
all
would
the
you?
sides.
How would you?
Just
Yeah,
add all the
add all the
sides.
sides together. Yeah.
Explain
Perimeter of
the-
a triangle is basically side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 is basically it. If you want to instead write all sides added together, it's essentially it. Okay, that's what perimeter is. It's all sides added together. And for the area of a triangle, yeah, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, or you can also think about it as 1/2 times base times height. Now, that formula for a triangle looks very, very similar to the formula for the area of a rectangle, right? What's the relationship between a triangle and a rectangle? Colin?
A triangle is half of the rectangle.
Right. If you have a similar size rectangle, as we have in our first example there, a triangle, right, is just half of that. So whatever that area, I'm going to botch this erasing now. Oh, that didn't work. But whatever the area of that rectangle would be, the triangle is just half of it. Okay? And any triangle, because they're not all going to be right triangles, right? But any triangle comes from some sort of rectangle, and the triangle is going to be half the area of said rectangle. Okay? Thus, the base times height divided by 2. Question so far?
Can I redeem myself?
You may redeem yourself. What do you want to do? Trapezoid?
Trapezoid.
Oh boy. Let's draw it. Trapezoid. This is probably the most unfamiliar shape of the 4 here. Trapezoids, their characteristic is they've got 2 bases of different lengths. Okay? So you have probably what you think of when you hear trapezoid.
Oh, it's like an erase.
Right? It's got that horizontal base on the top and the horizontal base on the bottom. They're of different lengths. If they were the same length, it'd be a rectangle. right? But they're different lengths. So a trapezoid could also look like this, where it's not slanted on one side, but those bases are still different lengths. Okay? And in a trapezoid, we refer to one base as B1 and the other base as B2, just first base, second base. Right? First base, second base. And the other important dimension, as far as area is concerned, in a trapezoid is the height. And the height is a vertical distance connecting one base to the other. Okay? It's not the slanted side. Just like the slanted side of a triangle is not the height. I probably should have mentioned that above, right? A triangle height is the same thing. It's a vertical line connecting the point to the base. So in a triangle that looks like this, your height would not be either diagonal side, okay? It'd be that vertical line connecting the top to the base. Same thing here. In this case, the height is that part because this is a right angle here. And so that is a vertical line, vertical segment connecting the top base to the bottom base. Andrea, I was not ignoring you, but what? The area? What is the formula for area? Of course, here, so for perimeter, okay, it's technically side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. But again, it's all sides added together. That's what perimeter is, okay? But for area, Andrea, what is the formula? Colin?
Is it 3/4 space on site?
Nope, not 3/4 space on site. I labeled the B1 and B2 for a reason, because they are specifically mentioned in the formula. Paul?
Is it just based on site?
It's not based on site. That'd be way too much fun. Actually, it wouldn't be fun enough. Trapezoid formula is much more fun than that. Yeah.
Base 1 times base 2 times height.
No, you're getting closer. Not quite though.
Base 1 over
Voltinsky, what do you have?
Can I do circle?
Sure.
Base 1.
Chase?
Base 1 times height plus base 2 minus base 1 times height.
That sounds like a lot of fun, but no, it's a little bit similar to that. Last one, Garrison, then we'll reveal.
Base 1 times base 2 times height divided by 0.
That's the closest one yet. But it is 1/2
Base height.
times the sum of the bases times the height. 1/2 times the sum of the bases times the height. That's what you said.
That's how I would have solved it.
Yeah,
Same. Yeah, same. I would have solved it that way too.
Good.
Same.
Oh, okay. Got
Same.
you.
Same.
Right.
Same.
Okay.
I knew that.
1/2 times the sum of the bases times the height is the formula for area, or the sum of the bases times height divided by 2. That works also. Yeah.
If you were to plug that directly into a calculator, would it work?
Yes. Yes, it would. All these formulas would work. Yeah. And then for a circle, the key dimensions or the key parts of a circle that you need to know. Ooh, that was almost a really good circle.
Not really.
Almost really good circle.
Drop it.
You have the center of a circle and a segment that connects one point on the circle to another and passes through the center is called the diameter. Diameter. Okay.
I know the equation. I know about the equation.
And then a segment going from the center to a point on the circle is called the radius. The radius. Okay? And so for perimeter of a circle really doesn't have quote unquote perimeter. We call it what? Circumference.
So wait, no
Whatever. I don't want to.
Don't write perimeter.
Too bad.
I do not want to be named the math teacher that told you a circle has perimeter. Don't. No.
I'm
Not
not
be thrown on
giving
the
you
bus
that
like that.
Yeah, you are.
Circumference. What's the formula for circumference? Voltinsky?
I know this one. I know. You can pass.
You want area instead?
I want to.
Okay. Circumference. Galen.
Diameter times pi.
You can either take pi times the diameter or
Oh, I know. Pi r times 2.
or 2 times pi times r, because since the relationship between the radius and the diameter is the diameter is just double whatever the radius is, if you multiply 2 times the radius, well, now you've got the diameter, you multiply each by pi. That's why both formulas work. You can find it with a diameter or radius. And Boltinsky, what is the, did you say length times width?
Yes.
What is the formula for area of a circle? Boltinsky!
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared.
Length times length
Plus
times
the
height.
height.
No.
I'm putting that on my
Pi
paper.
r squared. Now, you see that the formula for circumference 2 pi r is very similar to pi r squared. There is a difference, right? In pi r squared, it's to the power of 2. It's being squared. It's an exponent. For 2 pi r, that 2 is a coefficient. You're doubling the radius, not squaring it. However, for what radius value would 2 pi r and pi r squared be the same thing? For what value of the radius would 2 pi r and pi r squared equal the same result in the mean? 2. And why is that? Because that is the one value where doubling something is the same as squaring it. Okay? So if you have a circle with a radius of 2, the circumference and the area will be the same value. What's that?
I don't get that side.
If the radius of a circle is 2, and you plug 2 in here to find the circumference, your formula is 2 times pi times 2, correct?
Yeah.
If you plug in 2 for the radius for the area, because the radius is 2, you get pi times 2 squared, which is 2 times 2. Would those two things not be the same? So when a radius is 2, that's the one value when the circumference equals the area. Okay, circumference equals the area. They mean different things. One's a distance outside, one's a space inside, but the numbers are the same. Cool.
So it could like look at like length times width times height.
It cannot work out as length
Because
times
pi
width
could
times height.
be
Pi is
length.
not, no,
height could be
No.
2 and it's
no, no, no. All day, Cole, all day.
I'm keeping it.
Any questions on formulas? Owen, stop that, please. All right. Back page. The formulas you wrote above can be used to find unknown dimensions. The area or perimeter is known. Solve the missing dimensions below. So in this case, you're told, I don't know how well it copied on your page, pretty well actually, 12 is the distance of the base of the shaded triangle here. 7 is the distance of the base of the unshaded. And you're looking for the height given the area. And that area refers to the entire thing, the shaded and unshaded together. Given the area is 91, given the height, find the length or the base. Given that the diameter is 38, find the circumference and the area. Find the area of the trapezoid. We have some math packet-ish question here where you've got a half circle attached to a rectangle. You're asked to find the area of the figure. And then plot the triangle and find the perimeter. You may find yourself needing to use the distance formula for that because we are, in fact, on a coordinate plane. I'm going to let you work together on this for about 6 minutes, then we can talk about ones you've got questions on. So pause the video, and we will go from there shortly. All right, folks, we are back recording. For this rectangle half circle question, the correct play here is to get the area of the rectangle, right? And then add to that the area of the half circle. We know the radius of this half circle is 4 because the whole diameter is 8. It matches the left side of the rectangle here. But because you only want half a circle, you're going to take that pi r squared and you're going to divide by 2, right? Not the whole thing, just the circle part, divide by 2. On the second one, anytime you're on a coordinate plane and you have a horizontal or a vertical segment, you can just count. You know that this is 4 because from 2 to 6 in the coordinate plane is a distance of 4. However, for the other ones, the diagonal ones, you cannot just count. You must use the distance formula to calculate the blue segments. They're not vertical, not horizontal, they're diagonal, so the distance formula must be used for those. And if you're unsure of the distance formula can be found in CO4. That's when we talk about the distance formula. Are we raging?
Is that it?
This is your homework. This is it. once this is done, you're good to go. And con is due tonight, new con tomorrow, sub tomorrow, new math packet tomorrow. Have something to work on, don't end up on that list.
You're gonna get a pep.
Anti-mask.
Don't forget to like.